And thanks for joining us tonight. The Beloit Police Department actively investigating 3 separate murders over the course of 80 hours, and they're giving us an update on 2 of those investigations today. On Wednesday, a 31-year-old woman was shot on Madison Road. Today, the district attorney says it has released a person of interest due to lack of evidence. Then on Saturday, 2 homicides. First, 42-year-old woman from Janesville found stabbed to death near Howes Drive at Clary Street. Police do have a suspect in custody and are referring several charges there. Then that night, a shooting in the parking lot at Beloit-Memorial High School following a basketball game. The 19-year-old victim died.
And it's that last case that has authorities demanding more from the public. Police say dozens of people witnessed it, but aren't coming forward with information. Brad Hamilton was in the city today speaking with community leaders who want the violence to end.
Right now in Beloit, this is a time to grieve, reflect, and heal. While in Janesville, this is a time to get proactive and prevent this crime from happening again.
When somebody's been killed, these are flesh and blood people that we've been rubbing shoulders with, people that perhaps we know.
If last week's violence isn't a wake-up call, Beloit's St. John's pastor Dennis Roser doesn't know what is.
We live in a society that doesn't get that. We live in a society that objectifies people, looks to other people as the enemy, and because they're the enemy, because they're the villain, they can be expended.
Which is why the pastor is calling on his congregation to set their alarms every single day at 7 p.m. and pray for their city, for those affected, and for our society as a whole.
These 3 tragedies, right in the string as they are right now, certainly don't do much to favor the image of Beloit, but I would say that Beloit is very misunderstood, very misrepresented.
But the ripple effects don't just stop at city lines. In Janesville, police say what's happening in Beloit is triggering a preventive response on their end.
In monitoring all this activity, we decided to work with the Janesville School District to increase the amount of patrol presence at the sporting events.
That added police presence will remain in place at all Janesville High School home sporting events for the rest of this school year.
Anytime that we have, violence that involves our kids and students, whether it's in the Rock County area or in the region, that's an area for concern. It really is.
Janesville Chief of Police Dave Moore believes this move is going to help bring peace of mind and safety to their city.
We have the deepest respect for Beloit PD and the Beloit community, and we could have easily been situated as Beloit is, and we just think that this is a wise move for our community.
We did reach out to both the Beloit and Janesville school districts for comment on tonight's story, but did not hear back. Reporting tonight in Beloit, Brad Hamilton, News 3 Now.
Tonight, the superintendent of the Madison School District also warning about the potential ripple effect of the shooting. It happened after a basketball game between Beloit-Memorial and Madison la-Follette. Superintendent Dr. Carlton Jenkins says all Madison students were already on the team bus and on their way back home when this shooting happened. In a statement today, he writes, although we are grateful and relieved all of our MMSD students were kept safe, these senseless acts of violence have a ripple effect, impacting the basic fabric of all of our school communities. As we mentioned, no arrests have been made and no suspects have been publicly identified. In Beloit, authorities have been expressing frustration with the case. Over the weekend, the police chief said the culture of no snitching needs to stop. News 3 Now and Channel3000.com will continue to follow this story as we learn more about the victim, possible suspect, and motive. Be the first to know with Channel 3.